You have access.
They have my access. I'm so excited. This is great. This is actually a very powerful moment for me. I have access again. Thank God. Anyway, welcome to the woodroom. We got all the woodworking tools. 50% of the tools here are just, well, 90% of the tools here are just responsible for making things smoother. We have a drum sander here, which makes flat things smooth, like panels. We have the planer here, which is for cutting down panels and making them flat. So it's either making things smooth or making things flat.
Got it.
Joiner here is for making things flat and parallel.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mixing it up.
Yeah.
Scrap bin there. Sander. Sander. Dremel. Normally of which has some kind of sanding bit on it. Although that's more for like drilling things out than actually making things smooth. A little rotary sander. Oscillating sanders. Handheld sanders. Random orbital sanders. ROSs. Microsoft, this is actually for cutting things, not sanding things. I'm sure you've seen a saw before. Microsoft. Disc sander. Here's a really cool machine. This is our wood lathe. The idea of the wood lathe is you take a block of wood, attach it on with a chuck here, it spins around, and you can use one of these to carve out sections of that wood in a circular pattern. And you can do some really cool stuff with that. A lot of people making balls.
No.
So
Cool.
make nice little balls. Lots of like banister type, candle holder type things. Fun shapes. But it's a lot of like balls and vases and stuff. People making gifts for their mom or fun stuff like that. We have our drill press, which is always down, apparently. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Oh, that's what's wrong with it. Okay. Same deal as the metal round.
Yeah.
Bandsaw, which is recently back up. Great. And then here. We have our table saw, which is also recently back up. As of yesterday or the day before. It shoves sheets of wood through it and it cuts it. The great thing about this specific table saw is it's a saw stop, which means that it detects capacitively if it's running in it and you touch your fingers to it, and has a nice safety mechanism where if it detects if you're touching it while it's running, it will yank the saw blade down and simultaneously launch a block of aluminum into the blade to stop it on a dime like that. I think it uses an explosive charge as well, or some kind of ridiculousness.
Okay.
And it does it so quickly that if you ram your hand into there at a decent speed, you can come away with only like a nick.
Oh.
The inventor of the saw stop himself, the founder of the company, you can see videos of him using his own hand to test it.
Oh, he's like actually
He's
testing.
actually shoved his
Oh
hand
my God.
into it.
And it works.
Now, would I recommend trying that? No.
Yeah.
But it's a little. It's nice to know that the inventor of the machine himself is willing to use his own hand to test it. But you can watch many videos of people like taking hot dogs and
or like carrots or things like that.
It's quite incredible how fast these things stop you from destroying your hand.
Yeah. Is like every table named something different? Like this is called Table Jerry.
The woodroom has quite a joke.
Okay.
Every tool in here is named Jerry.
Oh. Oh,
If you look,
okay.
if you look at any machine that has a name tag on it, it's old Jerry.
Oh, okay.
It's all, that standard over there is Jerry. That miter
Yeah,
saw
it
is
says
Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
old Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it like the Tom and Jerry Jerry or something else?
Huh?
Is it the Tom and Jerry Jerry or
Oh,
something
it's
else?
just I think it's just Jerry.
Just Jerry. Okay.
But this is table Jerry, so it's
Okay.
special.
It's special. Got it.
And here is the CNC router. This is responsible for making the topographical maps that I was showing you earlier. Like
Yes,
the
yes. Georgia map.
Really cool machine. I've had the pleasure of running one for my dad's shop. He runs a cabinet shop, uses one of these to cut out parts for cabinets. So, and it's really fun to see it work. Really quite powerful machine. The way these normally work is you have a bed, right? You have the flat plane, and it's porous. It allows air through it, and you have massive vacuums, like two massive vacuum pumps that suck air through the top, and so any piece you put on top of that, they suck down, which helps it not move around. And these vacuum pumps, it's really incredible to see them working. They are like massive hair dryers. The heat they output is crazy. The amount of suction power they have, they will tear your hand off.
Oh.
But it's really fun to see. We actually don't do that here. We use wood glue, or we use hot glue.
Okay.
We do have one of the vacuum pumps. It's back here in the corner. I just guess it was a little too loud or something. I don't know. I've never seen it actually been used. We do have off of this massive a shaft going down and like sucking a little bit, but it's nowhere near what you would get with like those vacuum pumps. I'm very disappointed in the way they're running this, but whatever.
Yeah.
I will cope. But you'll have people make guitar bodies on this. Other fun, wonderful things. The SEC team, Rec Racing, uses this machine to make molds for carbon fiber. So if for parts of their car, they will make molds and then take like a carbon fiber sheet and use the wood they cut out here as a mold. So you can literally make parts for your car.
Yeah. That's so cool.
And then over here we have some master projects, more guitar bodies, lots of guitars. Like the most common things here are cutting boards. Cutting board is like a wood room rite of passage. You got to make a cutting board. And then on the wood lathe, you have people making bowls. And you have guitar bodies or guitars in general. And well, those are the main things people
Make.
They're very. This is the Montgomery Machining Mall, the MMM for short. Or I guess you can call it 3M, but we'd probably be infringing on the actual company.
Yeah, 3M. Yeah.
Copyright. But the MMM is basically a bunch of very professional machines, very expensive machines. There are millions of dollars worth of machines in there. And Georgia Tech hires a staff of professional machinists that operate the space. And what they do is they basically do fabrication for research projects. So the way that works, if you have a research project and you need something fabricated, you buy the materials, you go to them, tell them, hey, here are the materials, here's what we want, and they'll just do it for free.
Oh.
I mean, they're paid by Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Relative to your research project, they'll do it for free. Which is quite incredible. And they also offer training as well on some of their tools. Especially if you yourself are fabricating for a research project, they will give you training on like mills, lathes, things like that. Very cool of them. We love them. They're very nice guys. But in the back of the MMM is the place where we melt metal. So we have welding and casting.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
The studio we ourselves do not have a hot work area. ME department need to sign off on it. So very complicated process, but the MMM, they have the ventilation, they have the hot work area, so our welding and casting is back there. We have a TIG machine, so it uses a hot torch and a filler wire to weld. Very cool. So we do have the metal casting, so if you make the castable wax with the resin printer, and you can cast it over there. This is it's a very underutilized space in the studio. One, because it's so far away, and two, because there's not a lot of people who are into welding and casting, but it is something that I would like to get more involved in. Yeah, it's.
Got it. Do we have access to see it inside or no?
The MMM, the MMM is the one place that PIs don't have after hours access to.
Okay.
So we have after hours access to all of the stuff. We have the 24/7 access. That's what we get paid for being PIs. The MMM is the exception.
Okay.
Last time I heard, they were trying to work on some way we can have after hours access to our section. I don't know where that's going.
Got it.
But it's the one thing we have to give up. But it's fine.
Yeah.
They're usually open a little bit later than our normal hours anyway, so you get a little bit of extra time in there. Yeah. I need to get prepared, and that's the reason why we can still operate as a student-run space without any heavy supervision.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the space. I did promise you some TPU.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful sound.
You have access to the whole thing.
Where did they go? Ooh. Don't have very many left.
The
but
kiwis?
You guys can grab one each.
Awesome. Oh yeah, these are actually
And they're squishy.
yeah, they're squishy.
So those are TPU. They're hollow as well, so you get a nice little squishy effect. Quite incredible.
Yep.
Any questions? Any more questions? Any final thoughts, opinions?
No, the space is amazing. And if it is student run, is there no faculty involvement required because everybody is trained?
Not really. We have a faculty advisor, Dr. Jarawala. He's very hands-off. He's very, very hands-off. He's our advisor, but really the only time he gets involved is when there's either a VIP touring the space or sometime during our exec elections for our executive board. But he's very hands-off.
Got it.
Which is great.
Yeah, basically, if people need to talk to an adult, they contact Jarawala.
Yeah.
And then Jarawala immediately refers them to us because we run the space. But yeah.
There are downsides to us being a completely student-run space. It takes a long time to get purchases approved and run through. And as I was showing you earlier, getting access takes a very long. I finally got my access. Yeah. It's been a couple of months. But
Got it.
but we are student-run, so it's great. We take the downsides.
It's super amazing. And thanks for the wonderful tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, we just got done with the tour. It is super amazing. So proud to be a yellow jacket again. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe.